race today, of course, the Melbourne Cup, 150th Melbourne Cup cage. It's going to be an absolute belter. Before we get on to the horses, Bart Cummings, 83 years old, cage. More talk about him attending the Cup than the horses. Can the king of the track make it?
Oh, there's no doubt, gentlemen. Bart Cummings, a freak. He's won, 12 Melbourne Cups, going for his 13th. So You Think is the glamour horse of the Spring Carnival. What that horse has done, winning 2 Cox Plates, been remarkable. And look, it would be shattering if So You Think doesn't win now, because the hype about the horse, the hype about Bart Cummings has been so great that it would be an absolute letdown if So You Think didn't win the Melbourne Cup. It'll be, if he does, it'll be a wonderful, wonderful training performance by Bart Cummings. In fact, the little I know about racing, I would class that it probably, if it does win, it'll be his greatest ever achievement there.
All right, Cage. Well, I know your favourite horse, of course, is Farlap, so I had a look at how they compare to each other. Let's have a little look, shall we? Both have won 2 Cox Plates leading into the Melbourne Cup. Farlap was a 4-year-old before he won it in 1930. Of course, So You Think is a 4-year-old before the Melbourne Cup gets run today. So You Think, height 16.1 hands, Farlap 17.1. The weight 548 kilos for So You Think, 630 kilos for Farlap. 1930 leading into the Cup, Farlap 7 starts, 7 wins. So You Think 2010 leading into the Cup, 5 starts, 5 wins.
It's certainly hard to compare horses. Look, there's no doubt from one era to another, gentlemen, but there's no doubt that Farlap will always be the sentimental favourite. Big Red, as he was commonly known as, just captured the hearts and the imagination of the race-going people around his era, and there'll never be, I don't think, another Farlap, and it's probably hard to compare him. But look, if So You Think wins the Cup, he's right up there with some of the greatest horses of all time. But I still think Farlap is the one.
All right, Cage, you're a bit of a punter. In the last 20 years, 6 favourites have won the Melbourne Cup. Would you put your money on So You Think with those statistics, or are you holding back?
Well, I'm holding back mainly because the Cup's over 3,200, and So You Think hasn't raced over that distance. That's the only query about So You Think, is whether or not he'll get the trip. If he settles and goes to sleep during the race, then there's every chance he'll get the distance. But that is the query. That is the big query.
All right, Case, let me ask you this one then. Gay Waterhouses, Descarado, what do you think? Descarado, sorry.
Look, it's a chance. The track is going to be affected with the rain they've had, and there's no chance that his performance in the Caulfield Cup was terrific. He's got to be a real chance. Harris Tweed, who finished second in the Caulfield Cup, has to be another roughie, 20-1 roughie with a chance. But hey, look, really, anything could win the Cup, given the fact that the track is going to be on the dead or slow side. But I'd love to see So You Think with it.
All right, what about my horse, Cage?
Who's that?
Shocking. Is
Well,
Shocking a chance?
Well, quite a huge chance. He won the Cup last year. He'll get the trip, 3,200. That's a huge plus. Some say his run on Saturday was a little disappointing, but I wouldn't take too much out of it. But he's a chance, gentlemen. He's a chance.
All right, Cage. Well, before we go, Callum Ferguson. If Callum Ferguson isn't in the test side for the first test up in Brisbane, Cage, I'll be an angry man.
Well, I'll be an angry man too, because to do what he's done, making a ton after coming back from a knee reconstruction, and that was I saw part of his dig. It was terrific. He's in great form, and Callum Ferguson has to play against the Poms at the Gabba in the first test on the 25th of November. I'm with you. If he doesn't, if Greg Chappell, well, I'll point the finger at Chappelli here. Chappelli, pick Callum Ferguson.
Well, he saw it just quickly. Easy to say someone's got to get in, but if you're going to put someone in, someone has to mix out. Marcus North?
Well, it's Marcus North.
He made a test century in his last showing.
Well, he did, and he'd be dead set unlucky, but it's either a feast or a famine with Marcus North, and that's who I would replace Callum Ferguson with. I'd put Callum in and drop Marcus North.
Yeah, a lot of saying Mike Hussey, but I think Huss has done enough, Coach.
Well, Huss has missed out in the Shield game against South Australia, which is not a plus for him. But I just think his long-term performances warrant another chance at the Gabba.
All right, if Callum Ferguson isn't in, Greg Chappell, we're coming looking for you.
Watch out, Chappelli.